and welcome to Crafty Clegg's Creations. My name is Jeanette Clegg and I'm coming to you from the northwest of England where I live with my husband Tim and our dog Zach. Today is Sunday the 5th of, I think it's the 5th of April, and today is Easter Sunday. Happy Easter everybody. The weather today is very overcast, it's quite chilly. I've had a look on my forecast. I have a weather app on my phone and the forecast for next week is not looking good. It actually says that there's going to be winter showers with little snowflakes for next week. So I'm not looking forward to that. I was sort of hoping we'd got rid of all that kind of weather. Anyway, you can find me on most social media platforms. I'm most active on my Instagram account. I do have a Facebook page and I also have an Etsy shop, and I will leave links to all of those in the description box below. Well, what can I say? Oh, yes. Thank you very much for my returning subscribers. And again, I have had an influx of new subscribers. So thank you very much for subscribing. And you are all very, very welcome at my channel. And I hope you enjoy what you see. As promised, I'm trying to do a weekly vlog. And I'm not doing too bad. I don't think I'm a few days behind, but there's a reason for that. I will tell you all about our little life updates. Now, before we go any further, let me just tell you, I am having problems with my camera. So my camera today is facing away from me. Well, no, it's not. That sounds silly, doesn't it? It's facing towards me. Basically, I can't see anything. It's all at the back of the screen. So I'm just doing this blind, so I've no idea how it's going to turn out. So I'm just sort of apologising now for whatever you get. Anyway, yeah, I shall tell you about our week's events. We've had quite a busy week, really. Actually, no, we haven't had a busy week. It just feels like we have because we're not used to doing things, and we've done more things this week than we've done probably for the past 6 months. I've actually written them down not to forget to tell you about them. So, the first one, let me tell you about our saga. And I'll tell you this very briefly. Tim and I have wanted a new fire for our fireplace for some time now. We did intend to get it just before Christmas, but with everything that went on with Tim, that wasn't possible. So Tim ordered this fire and it arrived. And we ordered, I've written it down, it is a Dimplex Optimist. And it come, and we both loved it. We both chose it together and it come, and we unpacked it and we got it into place. And the first thing I noticed was it was so big. It was huge. But I thought I can learn to live with that. And I know what you're all thinking. Did you not measure it before it come? Well, of course, yeah, we did. We measured it. We thought it'd fit fine. And it fitted fine. It's just that we didn't realise the pure bulk of the fire. So Tim put it together and it just looks like a real fire, like a real flame. It's very, very good. And you put water in it. Now, it's an electric fire, so you put water inside the electric fire, which I have to say didn't sit well with me when Tim was doing it. But Tim assured me it's been designed and it was safe. So we did everything that we needed to do, turned it on, and it started all this mist coming up and it looked lovely. I did take a small video or a picture, I can't remember which one it was, and I will insert it so you can see it. But then I could hear this dripping of water. I looked underneath the fire and through the electric pump the water was pouring out, so immediately we turned it off. Anyway, we got in touch with the company and she said, no, it should definitely not be doing that. You need to take it apart. And in the part that you put water in, it's a sealed unit. So she said there's no way it could leak water. Anyway, we took it apart and there was a massive big crack in the sealed unit. Hence, that's why it was leaking water. So it's been returned. In a way, I was glad because I personally felt it was far too big for the fireplace. We're going to get another Optimist, one of these Dimplex Optimists, but they do different styles. So we've returned it and we've said we're going to carry on looking for the one that we think is for us, and we'll order it when we're ready. So that was the first thing. And I mean, that took us 2 full days. I know, 2 full days that all that happened over, but it did pass the time. And we got the excitement of a new thing coming through the door and then leaving again, I guess. And then another day we went over to my son and daughter-in-law's and had coffee and cake in their garden, which was, it just felt like I was on holiday again, just like the week before when we had lunch in Upper Mill and ate a sandwich on a bench. Tim and I never eat outside. We ate a sandwich on a bench. It just was like that. It was lovely. And my son and daughter-in-law live in a beautiful part of our town, if you like. They've got beautiful views. And again, I took pictures, so we'll insert some so you can see. And they're in the middle of refurbishing their garden. It's at that time of year, isn't it? I'm not a massive gardener, but I do know it's that time of the year where you need to tidy up and pot and cut back and do whatever. Anyway, they were in the middle of doing that. They're having new paths put in, a pond put in. So yeah, they was busy in the garden and we were sat. Oh, it's just lovely. It was just a lovely, lovely day. So that was another day. And then on Thursday of last week, Tim had got an email. Now, again, I don't know if any of you remember, but my husband retired last year. And Tim, when he retired, had always planned to buy a laser printer. And again, with his health issue that we had no idea about, when that hit, everything went by the by. Anyway, he decided just after Christmas that he'd order his laser printer. Anyway, he got an email on Thursday to say next Thursday it will be arriving. So as we speak, he's in his shed and he's tidying and putting new sockets in and, you know, doing the things that men do when they're having a new toy delivered. So that's keeping him busy. And I have to say I'm really glad about it because Tim and I have not spent this much time together since we got married. I mean, we work Tim worked full time. I used to work full time. You know, we're just not used to spending all this amount of time together. And whilst Tim and I get on very, very well, you do sometimes get sick of each other's company, don't you? And it's just come, I think, at the right time, the laser printer, because better weather's coming. I'll be able to do bits and pieces in the house without him under my feet. I mean, have you ever tried to clean a house with your husband constantly there? It's just... Anyway, I'm digressing. Anyway, his laser printer's coming. Let me just get a sip of my coffee. I've had a big coffee today. It's been one of them days today. So yeah. So that's really our life events for this week. We've not had anything terribly exciting, but it has been a nice week. I've had a few downs. I'm still feeling a little bit down. I have actually made an appointment to go and see the doctor, so I'm hoping that I can get some help there. I just think it's everything that's going on and everything that's happened in the past 12 months. It's just all got on top of me. And yeah, I just think I need a little bit of help. But anyway, we'll sort that. And you don't want to listen to my moaning and groaning and ailments, because that's not what this is about. So I am going to try and keep this as short as I possibly can, but show you everything I want to. So first of all, I'm going to start off with my works in progress, which, to be fair, are hardly any. I've got two things that I'm in the middle of making. And one of those is my make-along. I am doing a crochet along, and it's by, and I never know if I'm getting this lady's name right, Eleonora by of Coastal Crochets, and this blanket is called Picnic on the Beach. Now it's got that big that I won't be able to show you, and I said before, I can't see what I'm doing, so I don't know what you're seeing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to peg this on the washing line after I finish filming and do a little bit of a video so you can see the full blanket in all its glory. We've just finished week 4 and week 5 came out on Friday, and as yet I've not got round to doing any. But last week's was 4 of these gingham squares. So there's one on each corner. So there's one here and one there. And it's just mirrored on the opposite side. And then we went round, all the way round, with a white border. And like I say, because I can't see what I'm doing, it's hard for me to show you. So I will put it on the line and let you have a look. But I am thoroughly enjoying this. It's just such a fun make, and I think it's because it's keeping you interested because there's all different types of stitches. It's not too big of a section to do all at once, and it's just really interesting. It's done in Stylecraft Special DK on a 4mm crochet hook. I always use the Clover and More, and it is actually a free pattern. You can purchase the pattern from a Ravelry store, and it's an ad-free pattern, but it is actually a free pattern that you can get on the internet. And like I say, it's the Picnic on the Beach Cal. So that's my first thing. That's my crocheted one. And then my second thing that I'm in the middle of doing is a sewing object. And I did show you this last week, but I just don't seem to have got round to... I have been busy, but because we've had such, again, I'm at it, a busy week, I don't seem to have done tons and tons of the things that I wanted to do. Anyway, my next thing that I'm in the middle of doing is my Totte. I showed this to you last week. Oh, all the pattern pieces are falling out. This is Totte. I bought this from the shop that I used to work in my local town called Shaw, and the shop is the Bobbing Patch. I did link it in my last video, so if you want to have a look at Angela's shop, just go to my last video and you'll find the link to Angela's shop there. I always cut out my pattern pieces and then put them on cardboard, just to make them nice and stiff. So, you know, you might want to make more than one Totte, and it keeps your pattern pieces really nice and stiff and safe, and it just protects them from getting, well, spoilt really, because I guess, you know, if you're cutting your pattern pieces up, once you've cut them up and they get tatty, that's it then, isn't it? Or sometimes I laminate them. Anyway, this is how far I've got. So this is Totte's legs. I've done 2 legs in just a plain quilting cotton. I've done pink because her dress is going to be, well, her outfit is going to be pink and some other colour. And I've cut out, this is tea stained calico, so that's the pieces for her head. And then these are her arms. Not much to show really, but you know, I thought I'd show you anyway. And this is her body. And that is it for my work in progresses at the moment. Well, it's not. I've got my Whitmore sweater and I've still got my Biefeld mittens to do. I do intend next week to do a couple of days on my Whitmore sweater. What I'm thinking of doing, I was watching Claire from Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit. I don't know what she was doing, whether it was just on Instagram, I can't remember what it was, and she had a Whitmore sweater on and it was a short sleeved. Now I loved the look of it, and I'm thinking that that's what I might do. I might do not so much short sleeves but just to the elbows, so then in the winter I could probably wear a roll neck sweater under it with a long sleeve. I quite like the idea of having 3/4 length, or you know, just above the elbow sleeves. So watch this space, that might happen with my Whitmore sweater. But yeah, next week I do intend to try and do a couple of days on my Whitmore sweater because it's dragging on now. I have done some. I'd say I'm just over halfway down the stockinette stitch now of the body. And if I put my mind to it, I could probably get that done by the end of this week. So yeah, that's my Whitmore sweater. I'll just have a sip. And my next, well, it is a working project, if you like, because it's not completely finished, but it is, if you know what I mean. I'll show it to you anyway. So it's a crocheted thing, and it is, I've shown you this lady before, Elisa Crochet, and I'm making her Victor the Mushroom. I think I showed you this last week. Anyway, it's finished. Let me show you. there he is. Is that not just as cute as anything? The only thing I've got left to do is to just embroider. Let me show you if you can see. Can you see his face there where it's got some embroidery on? So I've just got left, all I've got left to do is embroider his face, and then he is finished. And he'll be going up on my shelf back here. This was my mushroom stitch marker that I used. These were in my shop. Unfortunately, they've all sold out. I have ordered some more because they went quite well. They're as cute as a button, aren't they? Absolutely love them. So yeah, this is Victor, the mushroom. Like I said, I've just got to finish his. So that's my other sort of semi-finished, but not. Right, so my finished objects. My first one, and again, I showed you this last week, but it wasn't quite complete. And again, it's Alicia Crochets. I'm not sponsored by this lady, by the way. I just love her items. And it is Abigail the Snail. I don't even know where I'm supposed to be showing you. Abigail the Snail. Oh, I'm not used to working backwards on my phone. And here she is, all finished. Is that not, again, as cute as a button? Such an easy thing to make, really good fun, and I absolutely love these kinds of things dotted all over my room. I just love them. I'm never going to stop making toys. I know I'm not. So she's got her two little ears, or no, they're her eyes up there. This is a little house. It's got, if you can see, a little bit of embroidery on the house, and it didn't take much yarn at all. I'll just put Abigail down. I used the Rico Rikarumi, don't know if you can see that. And I think for the body, I used, these are 25 gram balls. So for the body, I think I used about 20 grams. For the roof, well, this is the ball of yarn that I used for the roof, and there's hardly any gone. It was literally, I don't know, 3 grams, 4 grams. And then I just had this odd bit of grey that was just out of my scrap box. And then this little bit of white. Well, everybody's got white, haven't they? So yeah, that's Abigail the Snail. Oh, let me just tell you. Victor, the toadstool, I love this yarn. Shea Peas Stonewash. And I use it for most of my amigurumi. I do use cotton sometimes, but I just love using that for my amigurumi. My other finished item, I finished this last night. This is the, as many of you know, I'm doing the year of the dish. No, it's not. Is it the year of the dishcloth? Yeah, it's a dishcloth once a month, and it's by the kitchen sink, and this one is called Twist and Shout dishcloth. Is that not? This is definitely my favourite one. I said that to Tim last night. This is definitely my favourite pattern up to now. So this is April's, and it is all finished. I really, really enjoyed doing this. Took me a couple of hours. Now, I know this is an Erica Knight cotton, but I can't remember because I can't find the ball band. But I do remember buying this when I went to house sit last year for Katie, when her and Justina went skiing. So I do know it's an Erica Knight's cotton, and it's beautiful to work with, and it feels gorgeous. So yeah, that is this month's dishcloth, and I think I will probably make more of these, of this one. Such a fun make. That is definitely by far my favourite one, and I think I've got enough again to make another one with that. So hopefully. So my next finished item, let me just get my book, is a sewing one. Last week I showed you this book, Marmalade. I'd made Marmalade towards the tail end of last year, but she was, like many of my toys, was as naked as the day she was born, so I decided she needed some clothes. And here she is. I made her a matching dress and coat. So the fabric on the inside of the coat is the same as the dress. It's got hand embroidery on the front, on both sides, and all round the back. Is that not just lovely? Such a fun make. And then her dress is just an over-the-shoulder dress. And can you see that little tiny love heart button? I'm not going to take it off her coat because it's really hard to get back on. Well, it's not hard, but you have to really bend her arms, and I'm scared of hurting her. But is she not just as cute as a button with her outfit on? I will definitely be making more outfits and more marmalades. So that is another finished object. And last but not least, not long after I'd spoke to you all last week, I found this pattern and just thought, I have got to have this. You can all guess why. It's the Mushroom House pouch. Is that not just lovely? It's by A Spoonful of Sugar, and she is on Etsy and Instagram. I'll leave a link down below. And here is my finished bag. How cute is that? So it's got windows, toadstools, the front door, and then round the other side a window and a toadstool. It's got the pom-poms and the polka dot, and it's just one drawstring like this, and then just a solid white lining. I did think about making some of these for my shop. I have actually cut one out for my shop, so I might put that in my shop on my next shop update. Is that not just lovely? It's a perfect size for small amigurumi, socks. It's just a really nice size. And if you've got a bigger bag, which I normally do, if I'm ever taking any of my work anywhere, I usually put it in a bag and then put it in a bigger bag. It's a woman thing, isn't it? So yeah, that's my other finished object. And then yesterday, just before, let me just have a sip and I'll tell you. Just before I decided to tidy up the craft room and call it a day, I thought, I'll make this little bag for my friend for Easter. Well, not for my friend, for my friend's little girl for Easter. Unfortunately, she hasn't got it for Easter because I won't see her. I'm hoping to see my friend next week, but we'll have to see because we have to social distance in the garden and it's forecast snow, so that might not happen, but who knows? We'll see. So I made this for my friend's little girl for Easter. How cute is that? It was so quick to make, not difficult at all, doesn't take lots of material, little bit of hand embroidering for a face and then the decorative running stitch all the way around. I lined it with a little bit of quilting cotton and it was just really easy to make and fun. So yeah, I made that yesterday. Now, I can't remember. I haven't got the pattern here. I can't remember what the pattern was. So again, if you're interested in having a go at this, I will leave a link down in the description box below to where I found the pattern. So yeah. And that's it for this week. When I do that now, it looks like, when I say I haven't made a lot, I have not done too bad, have I really, to say we've had a busy week. I hope you've all had a nice Easter weekend. I hope you've been able to maybe just see family, even if it's only in the garden. And I hope you've had chocolate treats and, you know, we haven't been able to go to church, have we? So that's a bit, yeah. Anyway, it is what it is and there's not a lot we can do about it. The only other thing I want to tell you is I have had a little shop update this week, and to be fair, I think most things have sold out now, but I just wanted to let you know that I have got a little Easter weekend sale on this week. There is 15% off everything that's in my shop, so if anybody's in the market for a little treat, it's on the sale until Monday evening at midnight. So if you fancy a little treat, pop on over there and have a look. There might be something there that you fancy. And other than that, all that's left for me to say is enjoy the rest of your Easter weekend. Stay safe, and until next time, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.